Apple's new 2020 MacBook Air has been out for about 3 weeks now, and we initially thought that people looking to buy a base MacBook Pro should just buy the MacBook Air instead, but we couldn't be more wrong. We were initially very excited about how great this MacBook Air could be for 3 main reasons: the drop in price down to $1,000, the switch to the excellent Magic Keyboard, and the $100 quad-core i5 CPU upgrade, which also included graphics that were faster than any 13-inch MacBook Pro. This all sounded great, and we thought it would be a better value than the base MacBook Pro, but after we started doing deeper testing, we discovered a massive flaw, which we'll get into in a minute. In this video, we're going to give you 3 reasons why people who want a powerful quad-core MacBook should just wait for the 2020 MacBook Pro instead of buying a current MacBook Air or Pro. For reason number 1, there have been rumors coming out that actually point to the new MacBook Pro coming much sooner than expected. Recently, the well-known analyst Ming-Chi Kuo predicted the release of a refreshed MacBook Pro in Q2 of 2020, which could be anywhere from April to June. Yet at the same time, he also announced the release of a 14.1-inch MacBook Pro alongside a refreshed 16-inch MacBook Pro, both with mini LED displays. What this points to is the possibility that there will be 2 separate releases of the smaller MacBook Pro this year. According to Apple leaker John Prosser, the refreshed 13-inch Pro, codenamed J223, is actually coming sometime this month in May, as long as everything goes well. And then he also went on to say that it'll be a refresh to the 13-inch MacBook Pro, separate from the also expected 14-inch display upgrade, so his info matches up to Ming-Chi Kuo's. Now, I personally had a hard time believing that Apple could release a new MacBook Pro during this coronavirus crisis, but Apple proved us wrong last month by successfully releasing the new iPad Pro and MacBook Air. And it's also pretty encouraging that the lockdowns in China are finally being lifted, meaning that Apple device production should hopefully be going back to normal soon. Along with that, stock analyst Jim Cramer mentioned that Apple stock suddenly seems attractive now that China is coming back online. So based on this, we could very well see a refreshed 13-inch MacBook Pro this month. Now, don't take my word for it, but it could happen. The next 2 reasons will explain why you shouldn't buy one of the quad-core MacBook Air or MacBook Pro models right now. Reason number 2 is that the new quad-core i5 MacBook Air is just not a good option for anyone who really cares about performance because of its massive flaw: the fact that the fan is still not connected to the CPU's heatsink. We didn't expect this to be too much of an issue at first, since the new 10th gen Intel CPU should be much more efficient, but after doing deeper testing, we discovered that the CPU quickly reached up to 100 degrees Celsius, not only while doing things like gaming or video editing, but also browsing the web using Chrome and watching 4K 60fps YouTube videos. So we actually recommended people with the quad-core model to turn off Turbo Boost in order to keep the CPU cool while doing regular tasks. And for video editing, the overheating was so bad that even though the MacBook Air scored great in both the CPU and metal benchmarks, it ended up being twice as slow as the base MacBook Pro while exporting a 4K YouTube video. So in our final review of the 2020 MacBook Air, we actually went back to recommending the base dual-core model for regular computing tasks. So for people who need a basic MacBook for things like browsing the web, using common apps, or watching Netflix, the base MacBook Air is absolutely the best value MacBook we've seen in years. And that's because you're getting double the storage than before for $100 less than before, as well as getting the new, much more reliable Magic Keyboard. But for those who want great performance, let's get into the 3rd reason why you should wait. The current 13-inch MacBook Pro is really missing out on some great features that we already know are coming to the 2020 model. And we know this for sure because if the MacBook Air got these new features, then the upcoming MacBook Pro will 100% get them as well. The most important one is the fact that it packs the old butterfly keyboard, which people have complained about for years because of an issue where random keys would simply stop working. Both the 16-inch MacBook Pro and the Air are already using the new Magic Keyboard, and we think it's the best keyboard they've ever created, due to having a combination of excellent key travel, great reliability, and the tactile feel of the butterfly key switches all into one keyboard. The next feature the current MacBook Pro is missing is the new 10th gen processor, since the MacBook Air just got one. The current 13-inch Pro is actually stuck using an old 8th gen chip, so the switch to a 10th gen processor is gonna improve performance and efficiency as well. And since the fan is actually connected to the heatsink, we should see better thermal performance than last year. And not only that, but the new 10th gen chip will also pack the new, much faster integrated graphics, just like the G7 graphics in the Air, which will help for things like video editing. And a huge surprise to everyone was that the RAM speed in the new MacBook Air went up to 3,733 MHz. That's 75% faster than the RAM in the current 13-inch Pro. And finally, a huge downside of the current 13-inch MacBook Pro is the very low 128 gigs of storage on the base model. We've personally been recommending buyers to upgrade to at least 256 gigs if they want a good experience. And since we know that the base model MacBook Air now comes with 256 gigs, then every future MacBook Pro should come with at least this much as well. So those are the main reasons why people looking to buy a well-performing quad-core MacBook should just wait until the 2020 13-inch MacBook Pro comes out. But there's also the dilemma of why Apple would release both a 13-inch refresh and a 14-inch MacBook Pro within a few months of each other. Well, I believe that if Apple does end up doing this, then the 14-inch mini LED MacBook Pro will almost certainly replace the higher-end $1,800 model, at least at first. So for those who don't see themselves paying $1,800 for a MacBook Pro, there's really no point in waiting around for it. For you, the 13-inch MacBook Pro refresh, which could come this month, will be great because it'll get the 10th gen chips and the new Magic Keyboard. So hopefully this video helped you guys out, and if it did, tap the like button below and click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Check out our MacBook Air review right over there, and we'll see you in the next video.